All right, everyone, we are here with another episode of the Black Barbers podcast. I have Jamelle McKenzie, Councilwoman Jamelle McKenzie, and Brian Granville of the Granville Group. There we go. A little tongue twister, but we got it good.
Yes.
So tell us why we're here at this back-to-school event today. Why are we here? Why is it important? Why are we doing this?
Well, about 5 years ago, I had a dream to doing something in the community. I was raised in public affairs and community relations, so I always felt that the way to connect with my community, other than, making a radio commercial or TV commercial, is putting back and paying it forward and doing events in the community. And I shared that with the councilwoman who represents where my law firm is located in. Is it District 1 or Ward 1? Ward 1 in downtown College Park. And she had the same vision too, so we kind of just married the two, partnered together. She helped put this whole thing on, and we helped fund it and make sure she had the resources to do it. And so this is a true community marriage and partnership. So this is my community wife.
Hey.
And so, and I'm very grateful and humbled that she agreed to help us so we can help her. So
You can grab by this part right here.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. And just to, ditto what Brian has already said, I've always been a community focused. In fact, the reason that I'm in office is because I just believe that politicians, quote, are here to serve the community. And when Brian called me, when I met with him in his office, and it just seemed like we both had the same vision. And for me, one of the things that we deal with as a municipality is there's a limit on how we can spend taxpayer dollars. So being able to have this partnership between a municipality and a private corporation allowed us to go even further. And even by Brian's involvement, we were able to get other organizations to donate. So we were able to pull this whole thing off.
Wow.
Using city properties, but not city taxpayer dollars because of what
Strategic.
started. Because this guy's got a great reputation, and people just wanted to come in and get involved. So I'm just excited that we're serving our community. And I don't know, you might want to ask me a question.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, one of the big things that I shared with Brian is, okay, we were going to do a book bag giveaway.
Okay.
And, everybody's doing that at this time. It's back to school. But then I had a few parents reach out to me in the community, and they were saying, Councilwoman McKenzie, we love the fact that you're doing book bags and all you do to help us, because we've been doing that for years. They said, but we need uniforms. Fulton County has mandated this year that children wear uniforms. And so with that being said, they were like, we don't want to have our children going to school. They don't have the right thing to wear. We don't want them to have something that might be, if it might be the right colors, but it's the wrong style.
we don't want learning to be a burden.
Learning to be a
So let's
burden.
ease that burden for the parents.
Right. So we stepped up to the plate.
Absolutely.
And we pivoted.
Yeah.
We went from just doing backpacks and school supplies till we just continued our fundraising efforts. And of course they gave them funds, and we were able to provide, we're going to provide over 1,000 school uniforms today.
Wow. That's I don't know any event that's doing that. In ATL. So let's talk about some of the vendors that you guys have here. This is an election coming up, election year.
Yep.
You got like 1 or 2 or 3 voting booths out here for people that aren't registered. Tell me about why the importance of having the voting booths out here.
Well, voteless people is a hopeless people. I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. That's something that was a phrase of my fraternity going back 60, 70 years. So with the election coming up now, we got Kamala Harris, and, it's a choice between, freedom in the future or evil in the past, and you know how that is.
Okay.
But I'll let the councilwoman really speak more to that. She was one to really get the voter registration out.
That's
It's very
awesome.
important that we, communicate to our community here, this demographic, the importance of voting and being, active in our local politics, because politics are local. If you want something done in your community, it's the city council and the mayor and the county representative. It's not necessarily the president or the governor, really.
Right.
It's the folks that you see here that are making things happen.
Absolutely.
The governor didn't do this event here. The governor didn't help you get school supplies for your kids and provide uniforms and provide these activities and so forth. So politics are local, and we want to make sure that those who come here are our constituents. We want to get them registered. so we can reap the benefits of doing these events as well.
Absolutely.
It's not this. We want to help our community too, but this is a partnership with our community. We need things back from them as well.
Absolutely.
It's a marriage with them as well,
Absolutely.
and it's a responsibility.
True.
Straight up.
True.
A lot of people won't say that, but I will.
Yeah, I let him say what I'm not saying. But Brian's really said it all. Every event that I have, I like to have voter registration because the problem that we have in our community is our voices don't get heard because you have to be proactive. A lot of times we'll have something happen and we become reactive.
Yeah.
But
that's not the
reaction doesn't help you to get to those politicians to make decisions.
True.
You want to put people in office that are going to represent you from the get-go.
True.
And so what we want to do is we like to do Fulton County voter registration is here, the People's Agenda. So we have 2 organizations registering people. And already, if you notice, there's people standing at that table right now. We have a whole sheet full of people who have registered to vote today.
Oh, wow.
And so that's going to make a difference for our community. You know, no vote, no count.
So that's the importance of one of these events. So one more, maybe 1 or 2 more questions. Yep. So what was your highlighted moment so far by being out here? We just did a victory lap around all the vendors. So I want your highlighted moment and your highlighted moment.
You know, for me, you know, I was raised to be grateful, right? To pay it forward. You know, charity extends beyond the grave, right? So for me, I was put on this earth. I'm not tall. I have a raspy voice. I can't sing. But my gift that God has given me is to help people. So just to seeing the faces on the moms and the kids getting their faces painted and seeing the relief that these parents have, that they don't have to worry about getting a book bag. They got scissors and pens and papers and just all the necessities they need. That's my best thing. I mean, sure, we got all the rides, and I spend a lot of money, but I do that because I want to pay it forward so my community is not always left behind.
True.
So if we don't do it, then who? And if not now, then when? You know, so we have to be that the future for our people, right? We have to be that pillar and uplift our own, right? So
Absolutely.
Nobody else is doing it.
True.
You know, people in our community, they make money or become successful however way they define success, and they build up, you know, Cobb County and Buckhead and Midtown. Yeah. Why not come back to where you came from and build up this community? True. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm practicing what I preach.
Absolutely.
Right? You know, I'm manifesting the invisible. The thoughts become things. So these are thoughts that was rooted in me growing up. So it's manifested. So I thank my elders and my parents for putting this in me.
Absolutely.
I'm just an angel or a conduit to deliver, you know, God's will.
Absolutely.
Up.
Yeah.
Brian said it all again.
He is.
Mine is ditto. The smiles on the faces, the relief for the parents, but also it was the volunteers that have come out. You know,
how many did you have?
I don't even know now because we began with about 25 that were listed, but I have to look at the list. I'm sure we have over 60 volunteers out here now. So people just came. They just say, "Look, what can I do to help?" So it's all of that, and just the partnership, feeling like I'm making a difference in my community.
Absolutely.
And when you see it expressed in the faces, and then you look around right now. Yeah. People are having a great time.
Yeah. So
this table was packed. I mean,
it really was. So
you can't,
I remember coming here like around 11 o'clock and seeing all the supplies and things on all the tables. But I watched how everybody moved. They came to supplies, then they went over here to these uniforms, and that line is still long. Then the food and
you know, you had mentioned something. Oh, I'm sorry. I like your mic. I'm trying to be the host now.
Can't take everything.
And I want to give a big shout out to Big Daddies because Big Daddies came out and supplied. He supplied. He was our first. I could have this wrong, but he was our first co-sponsor vendor to step up and say, "I'll supply all of the food for 1,000 people, not just any food. I mean, really good food.
Yeah, it was good.
And the drinks on the house. So I wanted to mention that. So.
Oh yeah, no. If you want to shout the sponsors, I'll definitely.
I don't know all of the sponsors. You know all the sponsors.
You can just thank them all.
Thank all the sponsors.
Right,
Miguel Wilson Collection.
Banner of sponsors, but our major sponsors first is the Granville.
Yeah.
The Granville group is the organizer with myself and the sponsor.
And the Big Daddies came up with the food.
Big Daddies is providing food for over 1,000 people here today, and so then we have some other organizations that have stepped up to the plate as well.
That's awesome. Well, is there anything you want to leave us with? I mean, I think we pretty much summed up this event.
Well, thank you for coming out. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did enjoy myself. You know,
seen you eating earlier.
I did eat earlier. Hey, Brian, don't do that to me. But hey, look, but shout out to Big Daddy's because the food was good.
Absolutely.
We had the
quality food.
We had the baked beans. I don't really eat too many baked beans, but we had baked beans. They had the corn, had the chicken, and the hot dog, and the roll.
And the roll.
And I got
we had the lemonade and the sweet tea.
Yeah, since you want to talk about me,
Yes,
I got another ticket to eat as well.
Okay, that's right.
So it's on the house.
Don't tell anybody that.
Yeah, don't mention tickets. I forgot.
Actually, that was a false alarm. Somebody lied. Who told me that?
My last thing is just, again, community is everything, okay? Yeah. But we can't do it by ourselves.
True.
There's things that Attorney Granville had that he would like to do, but he needed to be connected this way to the community.
Absolutely.
And as a result, now we're able to reach. There's things that I needed to do for my citizens, but I needed to be connected to somebody.
Absolutely.
So being able to see government leaders that care and partner with corporations and companies, entrepreneurs that care, we're able to make a difference.
Absolutely, and a difference has been made.
One other thing, I'll be remiss not to shout out my law firm. I want to thank all my staff that's here volunteering their time. Even though I'm saying they're volunteer, they're probably going to add that to their timesheets. But nonetheless, the Granville Group, we specialize in estate planning, wills and trusts. I'm the county administrator for Fulton County, but this would not be possible without the revenue coming from personal injury. So we represent injured parties in car accidents, slip and fall, trucking accidents, premises liability. So if you need a lawyer, please look out for me, Brian D. Granville. I'm the G in the Granville Group. The number is 833-214-7246. And thank you very much for having us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead. You can shout yourself out.
Because he's right. I said, I better not get away. I want to thank the City of College Park for allowing us to do this. I want to thank our police and our fire department that are present here today. All of the volunteers that have come, again, many of them have come from my district, my ward. Demetrius Taylor, who is our MC for today, and all of the people that have come together. We just want to say thank you. Thank you, College Park. We couldn't have done it. Thank you, Granville Group.
Absolutely.
We did this, my brother. We did this.
Yeah.
My work husband.
Yeah.
I know your husband is a potter, so this is only work stuff.
Yeah. Work, baby.
But thank you. Is that it?
Cool. Yeah, that's it.
All
That's
right.
done.
Okay, thank you.
This wraps another episode of the Black Barbers Doc Podcast. Thank you guys for coming through. And hey, look, we wrap it. Let's go.